everybody, and welcome back to Misadventurous, the show where we play tabletop games and lament over the complete ruination of our reputations as professionals. I'm here, your Dungeon Master Nolan Smith, once again with Mitchell Moebig.
I punch the darkness, sir.
Who's playing, still playing his elf fighter who is a cheating bastard using his fist because feats. And we have, who else? Who else would it be?
Oh, no, it's Mark Smee here, Brit and confirmed furry. How do you do?
Playing his yokai dogman monk. So we have two fisting people here today.
Yeah, Dogman's a furry as well.
Oh, wow.
Oh, my.
Wait, wouldn't that just make him, like, typical for it? Okay, we're not going to get into that conversation today.
Seriously, like, we should not be discussing the,
We have estranged the furry community enough with Five Nights. Last time on Misadventurous, these two punched their way through an entire tribe of orcs that was deciding to maraud this town in order to get their mine gold. In exchange, they received a magical pair of boxing gloves, a magical collar of protection for Mark, and a minecart full of gold. Since then, you two have left said village and have been dragging this ridiculously heavy object down the road with you. Commence playing. You're in the forest, by the way.
Lucy, would you like a hand with that while I'm just walking here with my hands in my pocket? So I know what I want.
That would be great.
All right, come on then. So I'm pushing the minecart along with you.
You both have to roll athletics.
I imagine just like pushing it, but like the boxing gloves are still on.
Okay. Wow. Didn't even take them off. What'd you get on athletics, Mitchell?
25.
All right.
Cool, I got an 18.
You both broke 25, got to at least 25, the DC for this, and you both, when working together, can actually push the minecart down the road.
And while pushing this, I'm going to mention you, like, should we just take, like, 10 of these and leave? We'll just, like, leave
Yeah, I
it
think
here.
so, yeah. I mean, we could, like, do some proper, like, Robin Hood business with this gold. Come on, like, give it to the poor and, like, really, like, engender ourselves. Engender, is that the word I want?
That's a cute idea, but, like,
Yeah.
let's move.
All right, yeah. What is that noise?
Help! Anybody? Help!
Let's check out the help sound that we're hearing now. What?
I guess I should look in the
that's just like
direction
normal
of this.
conversation, innit?
So you're both going to investigate the sound of the helping?
I'm at least going to look.
Oh, wow. Look. What about you, Mark?
Yeah, let's go. Let's go help this.
Oh, you're going to it.
Wherever it's happening.
I'm going to just make a perception check and see what's happening. 24.
Mitchell makes it 24.
Nat 20.
Oh, nat 20. And commence dancing. And we're done. Picture
I mean,
of
people should know that we actually stop for a minute so that we can really dance. I mean, you can edit a pause as long as you like. But...
You roll your perception. You can definitely tell that voice is a woman's, even though it's badly impersonated by me, and that it is coming from the east of you, probably about a couple of 100 yards away from the road, in the woods.
And I relayed this exact information.
Well, should we help? Last time we were in a situation, I made a decision, and like everything just went out of control. Ended up in a death pit.
I'm going to pull out my backpack, and I'm going to put like 2 things of gold in the backpack, because if we're going to go help this lady, we have to leave the minecart.
Okie dokie.
All right. Then after taking my gold, I guess we'll go help this lady.
You both head off of the road into the woods. After wading through this thicket of thorny bushes, eventually you see some movement ahead of you in the grass.
I guess I'll use a perception check to try to discern the movement.
Wow.
I'm going to use my eyes.
What are you going to do, Mark?
I wonder if there's anything I can do with insight here. I have no clue, really.
Well, with insight, you could probably learn some new information about the situation based on what your senses tell you.
Try that because I'm trained. I've got a really good insight score. I'm
All
looking at it right now.
You do
so
perception, Mitchell, and you do insight, Mark.
That'll be 15 total on insight.
Okay.
Oh, not insight, I mean perception.
Same again. I got 3 on the dice. I've got 12 trained, so I got 15 as well.
With a 15 on perception and a 15 on insight, you both learn the exact same thing. There's something in that grass.
Not it.
And it's moving towards you.
Well, I guess I'd take a defensive stance.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
get ready for it.
And out of the grass burst not 1, not 2, but 3 goblins with spears. Roll for initiative.
Cool. Got a 15.
16.
Ah, here we go. Whoa, you see? Okay, that's gonna be fun later. All right, roll initiative for these 3 gibbles. Oh dear, they have way too much health. Let's not do 3 of those things.
When it comes to
How bad does it
balance,
have to be before you're like nerfing the guys, going, oh, that's a bit too difficult. We'll just put that in.
Oh well, you know, considering how bad it was last time, I suppose you could roll inside and figure that. First one gets 14. Second one gets 9. Third one gets... Wow. All these guys suck. Up first is you, Mark. What are you going to do? Their 3 goblins have leapt out of the bushes. They are currently pole vaulting on their spears, but they are within melee range. Their initiative scores were low.
Aha! Well, I've got a move for that, for attacking a group of enemies that are
Oh, well, what will you do?
around. It is called 5 sounds close burst 1. Target
There you go.
each enemy you can see in the burst.
Well, there you go.
Cool.
Toss that one.
Excellent. Well, 1 command strike plus 5 versus reflex.
All right.
1d8 plus 4 damage.
So roll your d20 for each of the 3 targets. And the way group attacks work is you roll for the attack individually to see if you hit them, but then you roll 1 damage roll, and they all take the same damage.
All right, cool.
All right, so roll for Gibble 1.
Okay, I got a 16 for the first one.
You hit him. Your fist comes out, punches that goblin right in his green little nose. Roll for the second one.
Sweet. Oh, you think there'd be a dot on the dice? That's either a 9. Oh, yeah, there is one. A 9.
A 9. The second one, however, you strike out. The goblin leans over, knocking himself off his pole vault, but your foot misses him.
see 9 plus 5, right?
All right, yeah, sorry, yeah, so that second one would have been 14.
Second one's 14. Your foot goes out and cracks that little goblin on the ear.
Nice.
Roll for that third one.
Third one, okay. Right, that would be an 8 total.
8 total. That one is when your other leg comes around, and while he ducks his head out of the way, your foot does kick his spear, knocking him over.
Cool.
With a quick little burst of you kick
Fist of the North Star.
and punch at these gibbles, and you deal.
So I got 4 plus 4, 8.
That first one, you stuck him in the nose. It punched him, and blood spewed out of it. The second one, you kicked him in the ear. It popped his ear like a melon.
Did that one that fell, is the,
He's not prone. Now it is Mitchell's turn. What are you going to do about it?
I'm gonna go run up to the one that's not pole vaulting and jab cross him.
This poor little guy got knocked off his spear, and he was like, hey man, how's it going? Roll your attack.
All right, let's see. So the first one, that'll be 23 versus 18.
You punch the shit out of him while he's laying there on the ground.
All right, and the next
He pulls himself out of the delirium of knocking into the grass, sees you standing over him, and goes, what?
And the second attack, it'll be versus a reflex.
I like how unexcited Mitchell is about fucking pulverizing this guy.
That'll be.
Well, that's with D&D. The things that you come across are just so awesome. And like a skirmish with some goblins. That's like every day.
26.
It's like waking up and having a cup of tea or something. It's just...
All right, man. I think I'm gonna go for a jog. You know, might run into some guys or whatever. I got a stick.
Yeah, exactly.
And let's see, he takes a total of 5. And
5 damage?
He'll take 5 damage on the first punch. So it was the left. And the right, he ends up taking 7 damage.
Jesus. Okay, now it is the first goblin's turn that Mark hit. He is still doing his pole vaulting attack. Mark, what is your reflex?
Oh, yeah, reflex 16.
All right. Even though you punched him in the head, he's still pole vaulting on that spear with his feet pointed at you. He rolls. He almost crit, and his feet hit you in the chest, knocking you on your back.
Ow.
And dealing 10 damage.
Ow.
He kicked you back into the thorns, which hurts pretty bad, and that's why you took all that damage.
Yeah, I suspect that's why you put the fawns there in the first place. I was thinking there's no need for fawns to be in the bushes.
Oh, this is just unnecessary. Come on, Forrest. Get it together. All right, it is now second goblin's turn, who is attacking Mitchell.
Okay.
What is your reflex, Bertel?
Shitty. It's 13.
Wow. He rolls, and he got 13, so which means he almost missed you. But you stood up from punching that goblin in the stomach and caught goblin feet to the face. It deals to you 11 damage and knocks you into the thorns. You are now both prone, and it is the third goblin that you punched turn.
Okay.
He has to, well actually, you know what, I am going to count him as knocked prone because he did fall off his spear. So he gets up, sees that you have been knocked prone, Mitchell, and it's like, and pulls out a bone knife almost as long as his forearm. He comes at you with it. See, let's roll this.
Sup, guy?
Wow, Mitchell. Just laying in the bushes like, come at me, knife-wielding goblin. He misses. He stabs at you with the knife. You definitely lean out of the way with him uselessly stabbing into the bramble.
No balls, can't hit shit.
Wow. The goblin's arm is now stuck in the bramble. It's like, it is now Mark's turn again.
Right. Well, I'll would like to get up, please.
All right, you pull yourself out of the bramble. You notice it hangs onto you unusually well due to your fur.
Huh.
You do get up. It just sucks.
All right, cool. All right, then.
You are now back up on your feet.
Excellent. So the situation is we've got 2 goblins ready to attack, 1 goblin engaged with Lucian with its arms stuck in a bush, is it?
Yes.
All right, cool. So I guess I'm heading back to the 2 goblins who are still like a pretty big threat at this point.
All right. But before you continue, I just would like to thank you. You actually remembered my character's name. That's a first in our general, D&D stuff.
We make so many characters.
We never remember each other's name all the time, and we have to ask, and it just really makes me happy that you immediately picked up on my character's name.
That's why I tend to make characters, if I get the chance to play, I make characters with like 3-letter names. Mog was my last one. It was like this big half ogre, fat behemoth.
Do ogres play well in a party or not?
Half ogres do.
Ah, that is good.
Full ogres probably knocks and they're like 20-something feet tall.
Yeah, I was about to say full ogres. I wouldn't let him do a full ogre, but
Yeah, Mitchell was DM'd in. He doesn't like fun. Won't let me play as a half-black dragon, formerly renounced prince.
Yeah, racist.
With an eme-over.
I would kill that with fire religion.
Okay, now back to the action. Mark, you said, which one are you attacking? The one that readily knocked Mitchell over or the one that knocked you over?
I'll go for the one that knocked me over because
He's right in front of you?
That's quite personal.
That's a good reason. You square up to this guy. What do you do?
What I'd like to do, and this might be complex or what, it's got a spear on her. If I could, I'd like to try and disarm him, like get his spear away from him.
Interesting.
Turn it against him.
All right, well, I will let you try to do it with a move as long as you expend your minor action in the process.
Done.
All right.
It's like a deal with the devil. That done.
All right. Roll one of your attacks that allows you to either knock someone prone or do something to them, and I'll let you extend that to disarm them instead.
What about dancing cobra? That confounds the enemy.
That's perfect. You could either confound him or knock the weapon out of his hand, but you want to knock the weapon out of his hand.
Yeah, I would specifically. I'd like to take it off him if I can.
All right, then. You assume the dancing cobra with your hands darting around, confusing him, and long enough for you to make your attack.
Right, I got 15 on the dice, so it's 6 plus 5, so 20 altogether.
20 altogether. You indeed strike right around in between his eyeballs. Toink! Allowing him, making him drop his spear. With your minor action, you snatch the spear off the ground, and now you have it. Roll your damage for that attack.
1d10 plus 4.
Jeez.
Oh, 9 plus 4, nice. 13.
Oh, 13? When you poke him in the eyes. Toink! The blood that was coming out of his nose is now partially coming out of his eyes. He is bloodied.
That's disgusting.
Mark, with your perception levels, you can still hear that voice crying for help, although she actually, now that you're so much closer, doesn't sound scared. She sounds kind of bored. Help. Help. Please.
It's not about... Well, I guess I would ask Lucian if he's cool finishing off the fight while I try to help this person. Yeah, Lucian, can you take these guys?
As he's laying in the rose bushes.
Yeah, totally. 3 goblins at once. Thanks.
Sarcasm off you lately. Stick around. I'm sure it won't take the 2
I'm just saying, like, you leave me with the orc problem. You leave me with you just go off and have a good time. It's like,
now
that could be a hot lady just sitting there
to discuss the state of our relationship.
One of the goblins interjects and says, "You guys really don't seem like you have a very strong dynamic."
Let's show your face before we comedically punch you in the face at the same time.
I'm glad we both have the same idea.
I'm just saying. I've seen a lot of adventurers come through here, and you guys are like arguing like an old married couple. I'm just saying. One of the goblins looks at him and goes, "Hig, he punched me in the eyes, both at once. Can we not do this now?"
And I'm gonna look at them two and be like, "So you guys don't really have that well of a dynamic here. I've seen plenty of goblins."
And all 3 point their spears, except for the one who's been disarmed, who points his empty hands at you. And it is Mitchell's turn.
All right, I'm going to, first off, I'm going to get myself up.
You roll movement. As you get up, you realize that you were adjacent to one of the goblins that had knocked you over. And he does take an opportunity attack at you as you stand. He says, "Hey, what do you think you're doing?"
Okay.
And jumps at you with his spear. He got a 27.
Ow.
The spear heads towards you and jabs you near your hip where your armor is. It doesn't pierce your flesh, but you can definitely feel that sucker is nasty. And he is pretty strong for such a short little green dude.
Huh. Well, that's painful as all hell.
Oh, that's a D10, not a D8. I'm not going to do that to my friend Mitchell. Let's roll a D8 plus 3 damage.
He's not going to do that on air to his friend Mitchell.
You did 6 damage to you, and he slides you a square through the bushes, making you take an additional 1. Ow, thorns. Ow, why? That is when you notice something. The reason that hurt, and it didn't before, is that the bushes appear to be getting thicker around you guys.
Well,
Wow.
then.
It is now Goblin. Wait, Mitchell needs to continue his turn now.
Yeah.
The Goblin has finished his opportunity attack. The good news is that first Goblin that Mitchell was pouching is definitely bloodied as well. He's just sort of laying there on the ground, coughing up blood. And the second one that Mark has been punching is also bloodied.
I'm just going to total defense because I don't have a move.
You don't have a move?
No.
You can attack. There's people next to you. Oh, he slid you a square.
Yeah. You're
still in range of the prone one.
Really?
Yeah. He slid you past him, but you're still in, like, melee range. He's just diagonal to you.
Fuck that
Okay,
guy.
Merkel.
That was some full on Rambo 3. What are we gonna do? Fuck up.
Excellent. You throw up your massive dukes.
That would be a 25 again. And
Punch! It cracks him in his ribs. You can hear it crack like walnuts.
that'll be just 20.
And the second one, crack, right in the jaw. Roll your damage.
My jab was 6 damage.
Oh, geez.
And my cross was 7.
Well, after you crush that guy's ribs, you can see he's laying there reconsidering his career as a goblin. His whole, like, you know, since he took up this life choice, and his parents told him he should have been an ogre. but
Minor
no.
action diplomacy.
What? What?
I'm telling you, you can just leave. Just drop your weapon and get out of here.
So you're rolling diplomacy to the goblin on the ground that you just pummeled to near death.
I don't have to kill you.
All right, roll diplomacy. Roll diplomacy, Mitchell.
24.
That is enough to make him consider it.
I've just noticed that my diplomacy is 0.
We know. Oh, yeah.
I'm good to notice that, like, somewhere near the start of the place.
Yeah, maybe. The goblin looks up to you with his now swollen, blackened eyes, and he says to himself, I have to follow my dreams. And spits out a tooth and pulls out his knife. He is going to continue fighting.
Okay.
It is now.
Action point. Punch him again.
Okay. I admire you for your conviction.
No mercy.
Jesus. All right, roll action point.
21 on the first punch.
And you punch him. But you can still do your double punch?
Yes, it is an at will.
Good God, man. How much damage did the first punch do?
The first punch will do 10 damage.
Is that a ghetto crit?
Yeah.
You have knocked this poor goblin down to 6 health total. Your jab hit him in the head so hard that his head is now halfway buried in the mud, and the thorns are starting to creep over his body.
I need to get out of here.
All right, now it is Goblin 1's turn. That is the first goblin that attacked you, Mark. He is now without his spear, so responds by pulling out a hand crossbow from his back pocket.
Son of a bitch.
And he fires it at you.
Whoa. How close is he firing that?
Oh, he's in melee range. That provides you an attack of opportunity, Mark.
Hey, you could punch him. You can't just shoot a ranged weapon in front of you like you're not going to let him. You can just let him reload and shoot you right there.
Well, your basic melee then.
Yeah.
Alright, cool. Melee basic. Monk and arm strike plus 5 versus AC. 10 plus 15.
15 versus AC.
Uh-huh.
Oh, you swing at him. He leans out of the way. And then pulls the trigger on his hand crossbow. He fucks up bad. He pulls the trigger on the crossbow, tink, which jams on him and also kicks into his eye.
Oh no!
He says as it hits him in the face.
It is.
And he stumbles backwards into the thorns, which is when you see the thorns form a large mouth made out of rose bushes that swallows him whole.
I see we got a problem with these thorn bushes here.
Yeah. I don't know if stunned silence plays on like a podcast, but that's what that was from a minute ago.
The other goblins notice this and go, "Ah!" And they start screaming at each other in goblin. And you can understand them, Mark. I believe you speak goblin, correct?
Oh yeah, I do.
And to you, Mitchell?
I speak Elven. That's it.
To you, Mitchell, it sounds like, "Ah!" But to you, Mark, it sounds like the witch's curse is activated again. Run!
Lucian, those goblins just mentioned a witch.
And they are both running towards the sound of the board screaming for help.
You want to just nope? What is bail?
Yeah, do you not want to know what the help thing is? We've gone in and fought some goblins. Pretty curious at this point.
Please, anybody.
But by the way, did they drop their weapons when they ran, or did they just run?
They all abandoned their spears in order to give themselves more mobility. So yes, they dropped their weapons and run. You two have technically won this fight, but you can see the thorns are very slowly beginning to build up near you guys.
All right, let's go. I guess we're gonna go in that help direction because we gotta
treasure and stuff.
Because we gotta be nice to people. I bet she's the one who's doing the fucking thorns thing and just walking off towards it.
Wow, Mitchell is so unhappy to deal with this.
Maybe I just want to move my whole mine cart of gold that might be gone when we get back here because we have to be nice Samaritans. Ain't that right, doggy boy?
Yes.
Well, we're very much looking forward to see what happens on the next episode of Misadventurous. Thanks for playing, everybody, and we'll see you next time.